This is Nightmare Frontier and I've been testing it on the Steam Deck, and wow, it looks like a perfect fit for the hardware. It needs some tweaking to get it running right. If you're wondering what settings to use, how the battery life holds up, and whether the game feels good with the controller, here's everything you need to know. Now, Nightmare Frontier is a turn-based extraction strategy game that blends tactical combat with roguelite mechanics. Think XCOM, but darker, weirder, and with a lot more tension. You lead a squad into a nightmare-infested zone, grab loot, complete objectives, and try to make it out alive, or at least with enough gear to push further on your next run. It has a horror western vibe, solid atmosphere, and the kind of slow-paced tactical gameplay that feels like it should work great on the Steam Deck, and the good news, it mostly does, but not without a few tweaks. Now, before we dive into performance, quick heads up: if you want more Steam Deck coverage like this, check out my Steam Flow Curator page and my Steam group. I post all my reviews there in a written format, and I always try to give you guys the best settings for the games that I review. It would be awesome if you followed me. I'll have links in the description. Alright, let's talk about how the game actually runs on the Steam Deck. Now, even on the lowest settings, with FSR set to performance, Nightmare Frontier doesn't hit a locked 60 FPS, which is a bit weird. It flirts with it, stays mostly in the 50s, 55s, but it dips too often to be considered stable. But here's the thing, this is a turn-based game. You're not dodging or aiming in real time, so high FPS isn't really necessary here. Instead of trying to brute force 60, you're much better off focusing on visuals and battery life. So here's what I found that works best. Set the graphics preset to medium, set FSR to quality, and cap the FPS to 30. Now you have to use the Steam Deck's FPS limiter because the game actually doesn't have a limiter. It has a screen hertz option that doesn't actually go to 30, it only goes to 57? What? So ignore it. With this setup, the game looks sharp, runs smoothly, and doesn't stress the hardware. I think it's honestly the best way to play it on Steam Deck. Now, with those settings and the 30 FPS cap, I was getting around 3 hours and 45 minutes of battery life on the OLED. If you go uncapped and run low or medium settings, that drops to about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and as I said, around 50 to 55 FPS. It's not terrible, but not really worth it either. For a slower paced game like this, capping to 30 FPS makes way more sense. It's smooth, consistent, and gives you plenty of battery to work with. Now, the game has controller support, it's built in, and it works fine overall. Aside from that, the UI is fully readable, nothing's cut off on the deck screen, the text isn't too small, and everything else plays well with a controller. So, final verdict, is Nightmare Frontier on the Steam Deck worth playing? I think so. As long as you're not expecting high frame rates, this is a pretty good experience. The turn-based nature makes 30 FPS totally fine, and with medium settings and FSR quality, the game looks good and runs comfortably, and I think it's a great fit for handheld play. That's gonna be it for this one. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like, as it really helps me out a lot. Let me know what other games I should be testing on my Steam Deck. Subscribe for more Steam Deck content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.